Hey friends, welcome back to BIMvoice. Today I have the pleasure to talk to Jesús Valderrama Rodríguez, who is someone working very hard behind the scenes for the IFC.js project. And personally, I don't really know what he's doing, and this is exactly the reason why I wanted to talk to him in the first place. I want to find out more how he is contributing to the IFC.js project. Hi, Jesús. How are you doing?
Petru. Hey, nice to meet you. And how are you going?
Everything very good here. I'm very happy to talk to you. It would be very nice to start with a brief presentation of yourself. Who are you? What are you doing? What is your background? And then we can talk about IFC.js.
I'm Jesús Valderrama. I'm an architect, although I don't practice as such, because from 7 years ago, I ran a company called Apogea with two other partners, Agustí Jardí and Armando Benitez. Also, I'm involved in other projects like ifcjs, but also BIM Master Pro. Most of my time, what I do is work in Apogea. Apogea is an engineering and BIM consulting company. Mainly, although we also develop BIM software and do innovation projects. For example, we are developing with BIMRAS people the I Love IFC project. It's an example, because from Apogea we are providing the development part. In fact, part of our team is developing some fundamental parts of IFCJS library. So Apogea itself is involved also in IFCJS projects, making bounties, you know what the bounty system is. But mainly we provide engineering services, MEP and structure for buildings, and BIM, in general, BIM services, BIM consultants. And on the other hand, I also participate in a very nice training project, educational project called BIM Master Pro, where I am also a partner. I am in charge of operational part, more or less. And this is a beautiful project. I talk about my background. Also in Apogea, in the last 7 years, we were involved also in training, not only for companies, but we developed master degree program related to BIM in infrastructure. I think we were one of the pioneers applying BIM in Spain in infrastructure projects. So we developed a master's degree. For 5 years, we had a partnership with Figurat. So we provide a lot of high-level BIM training. So this collaboration finished, and now we are collaborating with Enrique Moreno in this other project, BIM Master Pro, with the idea to provide the high-level education to affordable price to everyone in Spanish-speaking countries, because we understood that a lot of people need to access to this kind of education, but they can't, sometimes for a question of money. But on the other hand, I think after pandemic, the needs are changed. Also, I think in last years, education is changing because the needs of training is not something that you need once in your life, but it's something that you need all the time. So
lifelong education is becoming much more popular. This is the mantra I live by.
So the point is with a subscription business model, and I think it's going to help a lot of people. The two main projects I'm participating, but I know that what you are more interested is in my collaboration with Antonio in ifcjs.
It's fine. I wanted to find out more about this. It's very nice that you told me about BIM Pro. I would like to find out more. Give me more details. Promote it. But mostly I want to, maybe it's, but you say that it's only in English, in Spanish, right?
Yeah, BIM Master Pro is a project so far is for Spanish-speaking countries. We have people from more than 20 countries, but really the founder is Enrique. It's not me. It's Enrique Moreno. But we partnership some months ago. And my other partners, Agustí and Armando and me, we four are developing this project, and it's growing fast because I think the proposal is difficult to say no, because we open all the knowledge, all the Apogea knowledge to the people. I mean, not only all the videos and documents and training we have and we developed the last 7 years, but also we are sharing with the community a lot of digital solutions that we developed for years. So there is no price for that, I think. I think people is really understanding what we are doing and what we want to do. And I think the project is beautiful because finally, when you want to help people buy if they know, likes, who knows, likes, and trust, And if you really are focused on helping people and you look for the way to help people, I think the business is growing.
Who is this course for? For engineers, architects, who is joining this course?
A level of training, we put an content of architecture, BIM Master Degree in Architecture with architecture MEP structure, but also another program for infrastructure, roads, railway, water infrastructure. So we have different kind of profiles, but mainly architects and engineers. Yeah, mainly architects and engineers.
Okay, and you said that your proposal is very reasonable. Can you tell me exactly what, it's impossible to refuse it? What exactly it looks like?
If you go to typical master program or whatever, you can get high quality training, but there are some things that are not adjust to the needs of the people. For example, of course, the price. Now in our in BIM Master Pro, you pay €25 per month, and you have access to all the training.
To everything. Okay, that sounds affordable.
To all the content. But also, it's not just a training platform, but it's just a professional development platform. We are providing 24/7 response to the people. So what is happening is that in the community, when people have a need or have a doubt or need some attention or solve some problems, not only problems about the content, but problems about their projects, we attend them. This kind of, in traditional programs, if you need help or you need to solve doubts, you have to schedule a meeting and you need to wait a week, This is not comparable.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. But you keep saying master. Is this through a university or just that is a master course?
It's a master course. It's private, but the content is based on the content we developed per years for different master's degrees. So, a level of content, I'm sure the quality, the same you can find in official degree. But of course, it's not an official, it's not a university, and you don't have an official title,
Yeah, I understand. That makes sense. And it sounds very good. It sounds like it's practical. It's it's focused on practical things, like learn things that you can actually use, right? Not just to have it on your paper. This sounds very good. Now, I need to say that this is very important. Like maybe this sounds like a pitch or something. You need to understand something. Who are watching this video, I'm asking this all of curiosity. It's the first time I heard about this course, so I had no idea. So I'm just asking for pure curiosity. I wanted to find out more. So this is not to try to sell it to you. So that's good to know. Now let's go to IFC.js because
sure.
Tell me what actually are you doing in IFC.js? What is your role?
First of all, I think I'm working shoulder by shoulder with Antonio to develop this project. At the moment, Antonio, it's a bit the soul of the project, or at least it's the visible face.
Exactly.
And also a technical part. Maybe I'm providing a market vision, having shared with him the operational side, probably in the same way. We are working together, side by side, every day. Probably to understand why I'm in the project is how I started to collaborate. Shortly after Antonio made the first publications, I became interested in the project and got in touch with him. We started to collaborate from Apogea with the intention of developing IFC for 3 parser. When it was official, because in Apogea, we participate in the IFC road extension in the Building a Smart project. Actually, we had, I think, the first Spanish company that participate in the development of IFC. And because we have different clients that they were interested in have a viewer, implementing BIM viewer, but focused on road projects and railway projects. So this is how I started to talk to Antonio. So from Apogea, we started to work in this parser. Actually, I have to say that soon we are going to publish IFC 4.3 parser. And we wanted to also create some functionalities focused on visualization and BIM management on roads and so on. And what happened later is that little by little I got involved. At that time, we were Tom, Harry, I don't know if you know them, but Antonio, a group was created. We called it board, but it was to discuss a little bit what direction the project was going, so to take, and the point is I was invited to participate until now because in a natural way I was helping in everything of organization and so on. So they invited me and we created this group. Okay, it's true that there have been many changes. Tom and Harry decided to lead the decision-making process for different reasons, although they continue to participate in some part of the development. And, okay, the point is the project is open to anyone who wants to dedicate time and effort. So I simply dedicate my time because I was interested in. So then everything was moving very fast on the project, and even though Antonio and I have other occupations, but we continue working, and that project is running because the community is pushing. Antonio and I are working. Maybe we have the vision, but I think in the project the vision is quite shared, and I'm just pushing also.
Yeah, that sounds very good. Like, I really appreciate the efforts you are putting, guys. It's something very much needed for our industry, as you say. And I think it's not easy for you who is driving a for-profit company, right? You have your own company, private company, and at the same time, you supporting this open source project. Yeah, like this is actually another good question. What do you think about open source? And why would you say that it's important for the construction industry?
In general, open source is important because I understand if without open source, nothing would be like it is. Because if you see every big company, even Autodesk, their software are built on top of open source software. I mean, open source is around every software. So it's not like closed software are made from scratch. So you think like that, you understand that open source is important. But the idea behind ifcjs, I'm not sure if from the beginning, but what is becoming now is that open source is necessary in our industry because it's the software industry in ISC sector is captured by a couple or three companies, or maybe one of them. Everyone knows. What we want to do, or what we believe, is that if a lot of people or the community create good technology or the best technology and put it for free, totally free, to everyone who wants to innovate, innovation is increased, so competitiveness increase, and then probably we get better software to better price. So that's the idea behind ifcjs. So the important is not for us IFC. IFC is important because it's openBIM, it's what we have. But the idea is more than create BIM software. It's create every technology the sector needs in a way that everyone who wants to create a profitable business don't start from scratch. That's the idea.
Like I said, like everyone knows, we don't have such tools in our industry. We struggle a lot. So yeah, I'm really grateful for all these efforts that are providing us with something.
It's been a beautiful experience we are living with this, because people is engaging a lot, is responding a lot to our efforts, and that's really, really cool.
What would you say that are the biggest challenges that IFC.js has in order to become a very, very popular platform and to empower many profitable businesses, maybe?
We are building this project day by day. I mean, we are not thinking a lot in the future, but just in the one year, actually, not so long, that Antonio and me sit to create a roadmap for 1 year, because I mean, it's changing everything so fast. But I think it's going to happen. I don't know, I'm quite sure, because I think the main problem for developing open source is to make it sustainable, economically sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in terms of startups, I think we get product market fit, because we are create model where we can provide services to people. They pay for them. With this money, we pay the same people to develop the technology. And this technology give us the resources to create more services to the people. So I think this is the strategy, and now it's working. I think it's working. I don't know if we want to grow a lot and we want to develop a lot of technology, and I don't know if we're going to be as fast as I want, but and probably this is the challenge, because we don't have millions, Autodesk or a lot of money, but we have the community and we have people. I think this is something that is powerful. So I think the difficulty is to be fast, creating technology, and to attract talent. But I know, and Antonio is a talent. We have I know, for example, we are also supporting Garrett Johnson project, and Garrett is helping us. And a lot of really good developers are approaching us, not because us, it's because the vision and the project, and thing is unstoppable, I think.
Yeah. What can be more noble than contribute to an industry that is polluting our industry, our planet the worst? So this is, if you are a developer, this should be very motivating for you. Like, you can change the direction of this planet. What can be more important than that? So if you're a developer, jump in, put your shoulder here, because you will make a dent in the universe by doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Pedro.
Yeah.
So it's a call. This is a call for all the developers.
Exactly. Now, let me ask you something else. If a company is looking at maybe using IFC.js right now, let's say they want to start a startup based on IFC.js, could they do that? Or in how long time should they expect to be able to do that based on the features that IFC can actually provide? IFC.js, sorry.
It depends on what you are going to do, of course. But now, actually, there are different commercial projects that are using IFC.js. I mean, I think IFC.js now as a technology, because the project is more than the technology, but as the technology is proof. For example, the roots choose IFC.js to create Stellar. Speckle is using IFC.js. I don't know, we are developing a lot of IFC using IFC.js. There are dozens of projects now that are using IFC.js. And why? That is because as a technology is the best option if you want to be free to modify the code. And the technology is good. But I have to say that it's improving day by day. So you can do a BIM-based software company or a project where you need to develop software based on BIM. If you want to use IFC.js, I think it's the best option. I think, of course, depends on what you want to do. For example, if you compare with, for example, Autodesk Forge, but it's a different thing. Probably you can run faster with the tech, because Forge is not just technology, it's a service. You have to pay for it, but you have a service. Here, ifcjs are libraries, so you need people who knows how to code, but it's not difficult to use. You have the freedom, but I have to say that I know Antonio said, probably, I'm not sure, but we are also preparing to create also technology as a service, in order to make even easier to use the technology or to implement technology to big companies or administrations or wherever.
That's very good. That sounds very good. Now, what can you tell me about the roadmap?
The roadmap. Okay, the roadmap. I can say that is what is sure, that we are going to continue developing different training around the technology we are developing. So because people is really interested in, and because it's the way we are getting money in order to continue developing project. The way we are going to do probably is going to change, but we are not sure. We are working it. Now we are creating one course and then another, but probably we are going to change the way, but I'm not sure, because it's not, we have to work with that. And also the pattern model, we are going to change it, but always in order to provide the better experience and the better services around technology, who want to innovate, because this is our purpose, is to create the biggest community of innovators in our industry. So we want to provide them everything they need in order they can create technology and they can create a big profitable business in the industry. So we are going to, for example, in terms of technology, we are going to publish the IFC.js parser. We are working in Fragment, that is a technology to improve the way we load and we load the files. So it's faster and lighter. And also, some technical stuff. We are developing serialization. Now we are really focused on be able to open every model without any restriction. Even if we have 3 gigabytes model, and even in mobile phone, whatever. So this is what we are focused on, and I think it's going to be ready this year.
Wow, that sounds very good. So yeah, performance. IFC.js is going to be much more performant by the end of this year.
Yeah, sure. That's sure. IFC for 3. I think we also we have different projects. We are going to develop probably like ifcjs now is like it's a front-end library, but we are going to provide the back-end services infrastructure in order to facilitate even more people to implement the technology in their own solutions. Yeah, this is something that's going to happen next year, and then training. But I think we are going to publish all the details really, really soon.
Okay.
Probably, next month, probably we're going to publish a really, detail is now, it's general roadmap for this year, 2023.
That sounds very good. That sounds very good and very exciting. I'm really looking forward to see that.
Cool.
Do you have a message you would like to convey to our audience, to everyone watching this video?
If you don't know yet IFC.js, or you think it's not for you because you don't know how to contribute, how to code, just enter the community, try to understand the project, is everything in the web, or ask, because I think this is like a tsunami. This is growing fast, and to have the opportunity to get involved is a good thing, not only for their careers, but I think also for the whole industry. Much people we have, much impact we can make in this industry.
That's true. That's true. That's very, very true. Well, Jesus, it was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for taking the time and joining me. I learned a lot, and keep up the good work you are doing, because
Thank you,
we
Petru.
need that.